tomorrow's doomsday, the election night. Historical events. Man, I was way too many historical events at this point. It's getting exhausting. So, very nervous. Riot's gonna happen. The purge is gonna happen. Purge anarchy. I voted for Kamala Harris. And, yeah, but ultimately, I think Trump himself is gonna win. I think Trump has a lot of steam. He doesn't have as much, like I've always thought that Trump was never as popular as the media lets him to be. The media really makes him more popular than he truly is. You look at his arenas that he's giving speeches to. Anytime a camera turns around, that arena is half full. That's the truth. Yeah, he could only fill out half an arena. Kamala could fill out a larger arena. She's filling out some full arenas. So I don't believe he's as popular as he lets off. Same thing when he had his inauguration day. He proved his crowd wasn't that big. Because I never think Trump is as popular as people think he is. Now, that being said, I do think he has more motivated voters than Kamala does. Because you have a lot of liberal voters right now who are saying, I'm not going to vote Kamala because, I don't agree with the Biden administration in Israel and things like that. They're like, I don't really like her. So I think you're going to have a lot of left-leaning people not voting because they don't like Kamala, because they don't like Biden. Which is stupid because it's just going to get Trump to victory. So they're like, oh, we don't like Trump. We don't like either candidate, so I'm not going to vote. I'm like, that's idiotic. Even if you don't like either candidate, I don't like either candidate, you still got to vote because there's obviously one you dislike more. You cannot like one, but you dislike one more. So a vote is against the person you dislike more. And all these people dislike Trump more. So that's crazy. So my logic is simply this. I don't like religion. I'm very atheist. I never like the idea of Republicans running the country, mostly because they're religious, and I don't like their religious logic. They want to take away gay marriage because religious reasons. They want to take away abortion rights because insert book of bullshit fantasy here. They want to put 10 commandments in schools because book of bullshit. They want to take away trans people's ability to transition because book of bullshit. Like, I don't like religious people running the country. If it wasn't for that, Republicans, they would have a chance with me. I'm a centrist guy, but I cannot stand with the idea of religious leaders. I don't like a theocracy. So that's always going to get me to either vote independent or Democrat. Not always, 90% of the time. I think, was it John McCain? He seemed like a good Republican I might have voted for. He wasn't running entirely on some campaign of religion. But J.D. Vance is too religious for me. Trump is not running that much in religion. He really isn't. But the problem is he has J.D. Vance with him. And at the same time, I think Trump really doesn't know what he's doing. I think this is entirely a marketing campaign for himself so he could, get money. I never believed that he's running for real reasons. I always believed he's bullshitting. I don't think he knows anything. Like, he's creating tariffs for companies to punish companies for importing goods. The stupidity of that is they're still going to import the goods because they still get it so much cheaper than they would trying to find a way to make it here. But they're going to just, amp up the prices to us, the citizens, which is going to increase inflation. So we're going to suffer to pay for that. Like, we're paying their tariffs. They're going to raise the prices, so we pay the tariffs. So I don't understand the logic of all these morons who don't know how anything in the government works. They're like, he's making companies pay money for importing goods. They're not going to stop importing goods. You'd have to figure out some way to make them stop importing goods. So we're just going to have to deal with the raised prices. It's going to make the economy worse. I'm like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what a tariff is. I don't think he knows what anything is. So, as entertaining as he is, I think he's simply a moron when it comes to governing a country. People are like, oh, well, the economy was so much better under Trump than it was under Biden. I'm like, yeah, a pandemic happened. 16 to 2020, that's when Trump ran the country. Pandemic happened in his final year, and then the Biden administration had to pick up where that left off, which is all these companies had to close down, so then all of them raised their prices because that's the sociopaths that run these companies. And then the country went into inflation. That's simple logic. So, yeah. Kamala, I can't say anything good about her. She's boring as hell. She can't speak to save her life. I don't find anything about her interesting. Tim Walz is interesting. I like him, but Kamala is so boring. I just think that with her, it's going to be a boring presidency. With Trump, it's going to be a scary presidency. And that's simply my logic. So, yeah. Who are you voting for? Why are you voting for him? Tomorrow's doomsday. Who do you think's going to win? Voting for Kamala. I think Trump's going to win. Subscribe for more rants.